Kapoor, who has openly expressed his love on the snowy hills, needed a voice for the song Yahoo. चाहे कोई मुझे जंगली कहे, he found that carefree charm in Rafi's voice. When it comes to the spiritual form of love, Rafi gives voice to a qawwali. This love is love, ishq is love, love is free, love is free, love is neither Hindu nor Muslim. There is the same Rafi whose song Man Tarpat Hai Hari Darshan Ko Aaj is still remembered for its devotion. Not only this, when Guru Dutt gets fed up with the reality and governance of India on his skin, it is Rafi who sings, जिन्हें नाज है हिंद पर वो कहाँ है. All these are just a few sets of the singing of the famous singer Mohammed Rafi. This year is the centenary of Mohammed Rafi's balls. There was a time when a hit film song meant Mohammed Rafi. Even years after his death, people never tired of telling stories about this voice and his heart-winning styles. An example of this can be found in the stories of Shammi Kapoor. It is said that just like Mukesh was the voice of Rafi Kapoor, Mohammed Rafi was the voice of Shammi Kapoor. In Sujata Dev's books, Mohammed Rafi, a golden voice, Shammi Kapoor recalled, we had to record this song. तारीफ करूं क्या उसकी? I could not sleep the whole night. I wanted this phrase to be repeated again and again, and then the song should end. But music director O.P. Nayyar did not like my suggestion. Seeing my disappointment, Rafi said to O.P. Nayyar, "You are a composer. I am a singer. But Shammi Kapoor has to act on his skin. Let him do it. If it doesn't look good, we will do it again." Rafi Sahab sang exactly as I had thought. Shammi Kapoor says, when O.P. Nayyar saw the song, he hugged me and blessed me. Rafi Sahab said in his mischievous but soft voice, now it is a done deal, isn't it? Rafi Sahab used to win heart in a jiffy. I am incomplete without Mohammed Rafi. I always remember a very old interview of the famous singer Manna Dey. In this, on the question of the then journalist Rajiv Shukla, he has said, Rafi Sahab was number one better than me. I compare myself only with Rafi. Hardly anyone could sing the way he did. I could have taken this place only if Rafi was not there. He went to such singers who could sing all kinds of songs. Mohammed Rafi sang song at a time when Mukesh and Kishore Kumar was also ruling the film industry as singer. However, the relationship between all of them was unique. Mukesh's son Nitin Mukesh told BBC Hindi, the relationship between them was very beautiful. I used to be amazed when Mukesh would pick up the phone and say to Rafi Sahab, Rafi Miya, you have sung this song too beautifully. I wish I could sing like you. Sometimes Rafi Sahab would call and say, Mukesh, you have sung too beautifully. Despite belief so popular, how Mohammed Rafi's passion for practice and improving himself was. The story has been told many times by musician Khayyam at different places. Khayyam said Rafi would repeatedly invite me to practice. I wondered that the matter was. Then a request come from Rafi Sahab, please add sweetness to my voice. This was when Rafi was at the peak of his popularity. I could not believe it. Actually, in those days, Rafi used to sing high-pitched songs. Khayyam said, I put some condition in front of him, like forget that he is a great singer. No one will be around him during rehearsals. During this time, he will not even talk to anyone on the phone. Rafi Sahab took training from me with full concentration. The result was when he sang the ghazal. गजब किया तेरे वादे पर एतवार किया. Rafi got the sweetness that he wanted. Apart from his singing, he thinks from which people often praised Mohammed Rafi was his calm and humble style. Musical Amar Halitpur tells in Sujata Dev's books in 1967 to 68th century, Ramchandra was recording a song with Rafi Sahib, but Rafi ji was repeatedly making mistakes. The recording had to be done several times. Sri Ramchandra got angry and said, Rafi Miya, what is happening? Have I opened a music school? childhood? Remember the song you have given and sing it. He says. Rafi said in an apologetic tone, sorry, this song is not getting into my mind. I will do it now. He sang till the music director was satisfied. Later he went to all the musicians. He apologized to everyone. Due to this humility, he was everyone's favorite. The popularity of Mohammed Rafi's song can also be gauged from the story of his former soldier, which he narrated in an interview given to the English newspaper Indian Express in the year 2020. Puchuk Tasi, an Indian soldier who fought in the 1962 war, said there was tension between India and China in the Galwan area. The Chinese soldier installed a big loudspeaker there and announced in Hindi, "This place is neither yours nor ours. You also go back. We are also going back." After that, they would play Rafi's song "Tumsa Nahi Dekha" loudly along with it. Lata Mangeshkar's song "Tan Dole Man Dole." This went on for several days. They did this so that the Indian soldiers would leave. However, we did not leave the place. Now let us take a look about Rafi's childhood. Mohammed Rafi was born on 24 December 1924 in Kotla Sultan Singh near Amritsar to Allah Rakhi and Haji Ali Muhammad. He was founder called Fico. Haji Ali Muhammad was an excellent cook. He moved to Lahore in 1926. Fico Kotla continued studying at Sultan's High School. At the age of 12, Rafi moved to Lahore with the rest of the family. After this, Rafi never went to school. He started working as a hair cutter with his elder brother. Rafi was crazy about music. His father was strictly against music. Due to this, he used to sing secretly. It is a famous story that a fakir who played Ek Tara used to come to Lahore. Rafi used to follow him while listening to his song. He also used to visit the shrine of Hazrat Data Ganj Baksh often. Once in Lahore, All India Radio officer Jeevan Lal Mehta was passing through Noor Mahalla. Then he heard a very melodious voice. The voice was unique. Following the voice, he went to the shop where Rafi was cutting someone's hair. Impressed by this singing, the officer gave him a chance to work in the radio. Once in Lahore, the lights went out during a program of the famous singer of that time, K.L. Sagal, to pass the time and keep the audience entertained. Young Rafi came on a stage. Music director Shyam Sundar, who was present in the gathering, was so impressed by him that he advised Rafi to come to Bombay and left. Except his father, the rest of Rafi's family members understood his talent. They felt that Rafi's future lay in Bombay. Rafi went to Bombay. After this, his struggle began. The same music director Shyam Sundar made Rafi sing a song in the Punjabi film Gul Baloch. Rafi first got a chance to sing in the 1994 film Pehle Aap, and then in Gaon Ki Gori. In Pehle Aap, he used to sing in the chorus. The song was such that the singers also had to march like the sound of the soldier marching steps. After the recording, Nausad saw that Rafi's feet were bleeding. When asked, Mohammed Rafi said that his shoes were too tight since the song was going on. He did not say anything. The talk of Mohammed Rafi's fame and success is incomplete without mentioning music director Nausad. Both of them worked together in many films like Baiju Bawra, Kohinoor, Mother India, Mughal-e-Azam, and Ganga Jamuna, Mere Mehboob, Ram Aur Shyam, Pakija. According to Nausad's son, Raju Nausad, Nausad used to make Rafiji practice for hours and Rafiji would sit and practice. Then Nausad would laugh and tell him that, now go and practice other song, otherwise you will never become rich. The relationship not just about music. Nausad had also performed the nikah of Rafi Sahab's daughter. It was not the gentle nature. Mohammed Rafi never got angry, but he had a different style about it too. In the book Mohammed Rafi, A Golden Voice, senior musician Omi has shared his memories. He says, once Rafi got angry with me which happened very rarely. In the year 1973, there was a recording of the Qawwali Raj Ki Baat Keh Du To from the film Dharma. I wanted to do a retake. Rafi Sahab got a little angry and said, "What are you saying?" It was unusual to hear such a thing from Rafi Sahab. I also said a little sternly, "Okay, pick up." Rafi Sahab left without saying a word. According to Omi, the next morning at 6 o'clock, doorbell rang. Rafi Sahab was standing outside. He said in Punjabi, "Did I upset you? Let us listen to yesterday's Qawwali. I heard about the speaker from America. Let us listen to it one dish." After listening to it, Rafiji politely asked if it had to be recorded again. I hugged him and said, "Khan, take your speakers." I used to call him Khan. Then he said, "These speakers are for you." Rafi's fees was 3,000 rupees and the price of the speaker was 20,000 rupees. This was Rafi Sahab. Rafi's career went downhill. It is not despite being successful. There were no challenges for him. A documentary named Dastani Rafi has been made on Rafi Sahab. In the documentary, music director Madan Mohan Sanjeev Kohli says, "Sometimes the diversity of singing become a hindrance." For example, Rafi Sahab did Jangli in the 60th century. He used to sing songs like Bar Bar Dekho. He was creating his own style. But once Madan Mohan ji told Rafi Sahab that if you sing a song like Yahoo Now, then I am cancelling my recording. You should first get out of that mood. My song is serious. I need less acting in it. Mohammed Rafi's career reached its peak, but then there came a time when it started declining. This happened in the early 70s. During that time, Rafi and returned after performing Haji. There someone told him that music had no place in his religion. After this, Rafi stopped singing for some time. Veteran actors like Dilip Kumar and Sammi Kapoor, for whom Rafi used to sing, were slowly fading away. This was the era of Rajesh Khanna and Amitabh Bachchan. Many of the composed lyrics who composed song for Rafi had passed away, or S.C. Burman was being replaced by a new generation of composers like R.D. Burman. They had started working with new kinds of music and singers like Kishore Kumar. According to Mohammed Rafi's daughter Nasreen, Rafi Sahab used to say that I pray to Allah that when I am at the top, He would take me away, and his prayer was accepted. When he died in the year 1980th century, he was at the top. Manna Dey and Mohammed Rafi were once performing together in a stage show. Then Manna Dey said on a stage, "Friends, in this era, thousands of Manna Dey will come, but there will never be another Mohammed Rafi."